That music means it is time for us to walk over to the other side of the expansive Studio 9 and chat with Frankie Corrado. We haven't seen him for a while. It's great to have you back, buddy. How are you?
I'm good, man. What's happening?
Craig Button's been stealing all your time on this show the last
good.
week.
Craig's bringing the heat. I love it.
Yeah, he really is. He really is. It's great to see you. Okay, so we heard from Ryan Rishaug. The news is probably not good on Sidney Crosby. Unlikely that he'll play. Let's work on the assumption that he's not going to play. And, you know, we saw Nick Suzuki get onto that line with Marner and Stone. It played amazing now that he's playing the position that he wants to play. But how else do you feel Canada will feel that Crosby absence?
You're missing Sidney Crosby. You're missing the heartbeat of hockey in Canada, the guy who's been the face of this country for a long time when it comes to hockey, especially on the men's side. So you're missing a huge presence. You're missing ability on the ice. You're missing big moments, golden goal type stuff. That's what you're missing. But Team Canada has all the players and all the ingredients that you can overcome something like that, clearly, because we saw it. We saw Nick Suzuki step up. We saw Mitch Marner step up. We saw something happen that didn't feel like it was going to happen during that game, where it was Celebrini and it was McDavid going, really, for the majority of that game. And then finally, they started to play a little different. They would dump pucks in. They would forecheck. They weren't trying to force things in the neutral zone. So it's a long way of saying you are missing something that's bigger than anything we can describe, but they're also going to have a huge motivating factor to say that we're not going to let it end without a medal, or we're not going to let it end in a great way for Sidney Crosby.
Absolutely.
He's delivered on so many different levels for us as players, as individuals, as hockey fans. It's time for us to deliver for Sidney Crosby.
Just seeing earlier in the show, he showed you a clip of Sam Bennett saying, greatest leader ever. It's amazing to watch him prepare. We all grew up idolizing him. I'm like, Sam Bennett? How old is Sam Bennett? Like, it's why, right? They're all in awe of him at the end of the day.
Yeah. Okay, listen, I played a little bit for the Penguins, and I played with some good players throughout the course of my career. I was never starstruck the way I was when I first met Sidney Crosby. It's just different, man. We all grew up idolizing this guy. Right from when he was playing for Rimouski, you knew this was going to be the guy who was a generational talent. And the crazy thing is, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, he's never done anything from start to finish that you would say he didn't live up to expectations.
Couldn't agree more.
All he's done is exceed expectations. On the ice, off the ice, has been like the perfect kind of human, has always had the best persona about him.
Every time I see the Tim Hortons ad where it morphs from little Sid to big Sid, I'm in tears. I'm a puddle of tears, Frank.
It's squeaky clean right across the board. So everyone will have that in the back of their minds, that this guy has never let us down. It's time for us to repay the favor. It
was interesting when Canada actually was down at one point in the quarterfinal against Czechia, and just the whole nation suddenly is like tense, right? It's scary in a way because you're just not used to these guys having to face adversity, but having to go through that adversity probably wasn't such a bad thing, was it?
No, it wasn't. And you need to learn something about your team. And honestly, you could say that they did learn something. They learned that they need to make adjustments earlier in the game instead of just saying, this is what we do, and we want to just attack off the rush, and we're so skilled, and we have to push the envelope every single shift. Sometimes you have to take what the other team is going to give you. So that's something that they learned. They also learned that it doesn't have to be 97 who does it.
Right.
There can be someone else who steps up in a big moment, and now there should be a little confidence within the group that, hey, we can all have a little ownership of this thing. But you need to have a moment in a tournament where something flips, something switches, and you say, okay, we've gone through that battle, and we've come out the other side, and now we're better off for it. You can honestly say that that's happened for Canada because that Czechia game was in question.
It really was.
It was in question, and it very easily could have gone the other way.
And you mentioned Macklin Celebrini and Connor McDavid really carrying the load for a lot of that game. My final question for you, frankly, Macklin Celebrini, Frankie, is kind of been a revelation, I think, to all of us in this tournament, and I'm sure you would agree, but you've had a chance to watch him a ton. My question for you is, heading out of this tournament, top 10 player in the world, Macklin Celebrini, yes or no?
Yes. Definitively yes.
Right.
He will be on my TSN top 50 next year as a top 10 player. Where he is in the top 10, that remains to be seen. But, man, what this kid is doing, and, like, think about this. Plays for San Jose, he's the guy. So everything goes through him. That's great. Like, a lot of teams, a lot of players, it's designed for them to be that way. But now it comes to this team, and is supposed to be a complementary piece. And you can honestly say he's been like the guy that's been the most consistent outside of 97.
Yep.
So, and plays such a complete game, like you see it with the way he steals pucks, the way he, spins and turns and comes out of situations where you think he's going to be checked, and he's not. He is the real deal, man. He's a top 10 player in my books every day of the week.
He's also the real deal. Frankie Corrado.